Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. We got a bit of Soul Land Reloaded up today. So, got a few things to cover, so let's go ahead and jump right into it. All right, so you get your arena rankings daily, and this is why you should, even if it's just to do your 5, just try to get this card game. As you can see, I'm number 26. And as you can see, you get some coins for the shop. You get a little bit of gold, some cultivation, stones, and of course, some diamonds, which you can always want for that. And that's daily as long as you participate. Also, that one's, I'm not sure exactly why that one's up, but let's take a look at this one. So this email just came out. I guess they've been picking up some people, I guess, been trying to cheat using third-party software plugins and scripts. So if you guys are using that, you need to stop using that right now, because if you are detected, they will be banned. Okay, so they're obviously detecting it. It's pretty common. It's not something that that is prevalent, I don't think, because very seldom do really the only places that you can determine that is when in the arena and whatnot. If you're going up against someone that your BP's much higher than theirs, and they're multiple, and you lose to them. I've really never seen that happening. The only time I ever use in the arena is when I'm going up against somebody that's roughly the same power or a little bit higher than me. I usually actually win the people that are a little bit higher than me, but I have a couple of times lost against people, but I've never really felt that there's been anything that egregious, so to speak. Each probably have their own, but they're obviously getting reports, or maybe not. Maybe they're just checking just because they want to check. We'll have to see. But if you are doing that, now would be the time to stop. All right, so go ahead and take a look at the account here. Now I've gone up pretty much everything that I've gone over. So I did manage to crack the into the orange here. We've got BB. She's all the way up right now. I'm starting to work on those, but I do have the entire armor, and I did manage to get my hands on the SS. They had the actual event for this came out. Oh, I think it was about a week or two ago. They've been having little mini items. I was able to scrape up, I think it was like 150 or something to make this, 120. I managed to get 115 through various little mini events that they had for it, and then I managed to snatch up the remaining 15 that I needed today, and I was able to get it. So this is my first SS piece of hidden weapon. So I have a hidden weapon on pretty much everybody, and so I've got the sickle. And I've got the Moonlit Knight. I've got Fire Dragon daggers on her, and then on Chili I've got the Beautiful Fury Tang Lotus, and then I've got a couple of bees and whatnot, just for basic stuff. So I think I have one that is not equipped right here. Yeah, this one right here, Deadly Coins. It's not equipped, so I'll go ahead and put that on. Who? So she can have one. So that's where we're at. So I did manage to get BB, as I said, is up. Also managed to get, I think it was it Yen? Yeah, I did manage to get Yen completely into orange as well. So basically it goes, green, blue, purple, and then orange, of course. My assumption is it'll probably get red after this. It's working on it. It's a quote work in progress. And after you get them up to gold, you will open up a new physical skill, strengthen bones, and this is based solely on how far you get it up. I think this is based on stars. If you get 3 stars, or I should say moon, but once you get to moon 3, you open up new levels within the actual physical skill tree. I don't think it's based on enhancements of the equipment. It's based on your promotion. I believe that's what I'm pretty sure because I remember seeing it when I promoted. I think that's when I saw the pop up. I can't hold me to that, but for those of you asking, it is not based on enhancements of your equipment. I believe it's based on your promotion of stars up to moon, and as you get those, you get that. But there's no way, I can't really click on it and see. It doesn't really specifically say, but I'm pretty sure that's when I saw it come up, was after you start getting into the moons. Okay? So, for those of you who asked, that's what that's about. Secondly, I'm still a little debating as to exactly what I'm going to do here with SS, because he's going to have to replace somebody inside of the main team in terms of that. So, uh, it's really going to be difficult in determination. As you can see, he's only a 3-star, and he's already starting to intrude upon my main team. Chin's got a full set of Soulbone, so it's really going to be interesting to see what I'm going to do. Most likely, I I don't think God of War and BB Dong usually end up tying for the most damage, believe it or not. What I like about Chin is the fact that he hits pretty hard. Okay. You need Ren for survival. She's the main tank. However, um, Dai seems to be doing an excellent job of tanking himself. But usually, whenever if I do end up losing a match, she's usually the last one to go down. He usually goes down before her, so she's definitely doing what she needs to do as a tank. You know, so the way I'm currently running is that I'm running these 4 as the main team, and then as the sup 1 skill, I'm using Aya, and she comes in and gives an attack boost, as well as a heal, and then I've been using uh, tank. He's coming off as the second support, and I'm using his skill, so I'm getting both of their skills uh, of my next struggles characters, but they only you have to wait for their uh, skills to activate. So it takes usually I don't know what is it, probably about 8 to 10 seconds before they finally come out, and then they come out and do their skill, and then they go. They don't stay out. They just come out and do their skill, then they go away. So you're forced to stay on the main. So it's going to be difficult, but I'll probably end up replacing Chen with Tank, simply because of the fact that Tank Sang offers a lot of crowd control as well as a lot of attack. He's an extremely powerful character. Plus he's SS, so his stats are going to be higher. And then I'll probably just have Chen uh, coming off as one of the skills, and I'll use Ayi and Chen as the actual actual support 1 and support 2 skills, and we'll try and see how that works. And then if something comes up where we can maybe alter it, but I really do feel that Chen is, because I need a tank, and BB Dongs, he just does crowd control, just awesome amount of damage, and I've also got a lot invested in PvP as well, because her skills hit like a ton. I mean, not to mention the fact that they just look cool when they happen. So that's what I'm probably going to do at this point in time. We'll try things out. I'll swap Chen, see how that works. The easiest way to test it is in PvP. Just see. But PvE is not an issue right now. I'm having virtually no problem with PvE. I've 3-starred everything first try, not even coming close to being remotely having issues at this time with the story. So PvE is really a non-existent problem. So if you want to test out a team's power, you need to really start to focus. PvP is the best way, going up against players that have the same BP as you. Total team BP, like I'm at 14 million. As you know, I was at 13 just yesterday. Once I put this SS hit weapon on her, it immediately shot up to 14 million. So that is one of the reasons I'm so high. So I'm moving up through the ranks as always. It just takes a little bit longer since I'm doing it from a free-to-play perspective. But yeah, so that's what I wanted to do. So that's my tentative plan. So if you do have If you do have, in terms of team formation, this is what you want to try to do. I think that's the best point at this point. The Have a Do Festival is still going on, as always. Make sure that you do this daily, and this is how I got the some of the final shards that I needed for an SS weapon. So if you want to get the crossbow, this is, as you can see, I've got 70 of the 130. Okay, this is the latest crossbow that was entered out. So as you can see, they're throwing in, they throw in these things at various locations, which is why it's very important that you check each event, each day, and focus a little bit beforehand so that you know. So I always make sure I do 100 times. Normal mode, this is up all the time. This festival, I assume it will disappear in the future. I don't think it's a formal permanent entry. It might be. If it is, then I'll just continue to do it because they're normally the beforehand they were giving us. They give you different, like this one. You've got a chance to get S weapons. Okay. I'm working on. I think I'm working on this one. Yeah, I've got 62 of this one right now. I think this will be really good for Chen, so that's why I'm working on that. I want to get everybody to have. I want to get all of my team to have an SS or an S hidden weapon. So I want to get my hands on another one just to make sure. And I'd like to get all six. My main coming off support 1 and support 2 team, I'd like to have them have as well so that they just hit harder. So that's what I'm doing. So that's my focus. And currently, the actual packet drop is up. This is an interesting little thing that they have. Each day, when you click on this, packets will begin falling on your screen. Double clicking on those packets if you're doing it from BlueStacks. And as you do that, you only have like maybe 5 seconds or something, and then it ends. So you have to do it real fast, get as many as you can. I did it today and I managed to grab 1,078. Okay, and this will go on for a few days. It's gonna, it'll set up here, and you try to work through. Ending reward is a chance to get your hands on 20 God of War God die shards. This is used for the Divine Skill course, or you can get 80 of the actual chest to choose a character. So good rewards, and as you can see, 40 here. Some XP, SS XP, and this is based on how many diamonds you get. Okay. And this is probably the, what is this? Probably the 5th or 6th time they've done this. So it's a common theme. Okay, they do it quite frequently. I think it's almost on a weekly basis. Maybe I think maybe every Monday they do it or something. And it runs out. It runs for a few days. I've managed to always get the max. Never had any trouble. And then you get to grab the diamonds at the end of the actual event whenever they do the connect. Okay, so that's a new thing. Time limited events. Always go in here and check out here because this is where the good stuff's at. So the login for this one is of course these shards. So you make sure you log in because that's 10 shards. Okay, you need to do that because of the fact that it's just difficult to get this stuff otherwise. From a promotional standpoint, it's quicker to get these because this is 10 guaranteed shards of what you want. Okay, no RNG in this. You get to choose the shards that you want. So that's why I like to do this. So make sure that you check it in. It's all you got to do is log in and claim it. Okay. Time limited packs. Here we go again. This is the I've already got it, but what you can get is you can get other stuff. Okay. If you come up a little bit short, this is a chance to get that little 1 or 2 that you need to actually complete it. I did not have to spend. I was able to get it from a free-to-play perspective, so it is doable. But if you do come up a little bit short and you really, really want it, this is the way this is the way they can do it. But it does cost quite a few to actually get it. Weekly gift bag. They just started doing this. Basically, this is items that generally are fairly hard to get, or hard to obtain, and are expensive. You can get them for a rebate. So they're basically introducing rebates here. This is for divine tools. I have not got to the point where I'm using divine tools yet. Okay, so that's something that I think it's like 66, somewhere around in there. But anyway, I haven't got to it yet. And then hidden weapons. Of course, this is a chance to. This is a chance to get some shards for what you want. It costs diamonds. This is where I purchased the final 10 diamonds that I needed, or I'm sorry, the 10 shards that I needed to actually create the SS weapon, which was the 24 Moonlight Knights weapon. This is where I got it at. So it's here if you need to get it. You can get up to 25 of them, but it's going to cost you 125 diamonds. So if you're exchanging that, it can. This is why I say it's best to always maintain a healthy dose of diamonds, so that when these surprise events pop up, you can get it. I'll most likely be purchasing quite a few shards from the S here to finish up the actual 1001 night shards. I'm probably not. I can only get 60, which is actually enough to actually do it, but that's going to be that's a lot of shards. Yeah, that's 7,500, or I'm sorry, a lot of diamonds. So it's something to think about. I'll make the decision to borrow because it's up again to borrow. They've got the chest. If you open up the chest, 10-time chest, a certain amount of times, you can get some rutilated quartz. This is actually what's used to level up. Special sale, they do have this each week, so it's nothing big. Super Monday. Now you remember I talked about this in the last video. This is all you had to do. Basically, it was just log in on Saturday, log in on Sunday, do 30 times over the weekend, and worship in the arena 12 times. Each day you can do 10, so you can get more than 12 easily, and then you claim. And on Monday today, I was able to climb the 696 diamonds that I earned for during the reward. Okay, this is RNG. Sometimes you reward more, sometimes you reward less. Each time you complete one, it gives you some diamonds. It's RNG related, so just whatever you get. But it's 696 free diamonds. Didn't have to do anything. This is really easy to obtain, and this happens on the weekend. So I think it's been every weekend. Pretty sure. I don't think there's been a weekend where they haven't done it, because I remember doing it frequently. Okay, so that's what just wanted to go ahead and give you a heads up on that. Basically, if you log in on this game daily and just focus on some of the stuff, you can actually do pretty good. Again, today, just logging in this evening, claim the stamina. This is stamina I missed in the evening, and as you can see, completed all of the actual daily missions. Weekly missions are right here. Okay, you want to try to get to 80. Okay. It's fairly easy. This is this basic stuff. If you do this, there's only make sure you participate. On Thursday, make sure you participate on the North through the sect, and then on this, make sure you participate in the Devil on Friday. So all those two events come up. You don't actually need to complete all of them. If you complete everything else, I think you have enough to get to the chest. And you get some, just get some diamonds and a pontiff, which is a summon. As you can see, it's fairly easy. I'm on the first day, and I've already got a lot of these completed. I've already completed 40 points worth, and I'll have these knocked out. I always finish these well before the end of the week. So it's pretty easy. The main reason you want to do it is for is to get the actual decree summons, because this is where I like this, because this is where you can get this resets. This is how you can get a choice in terms of what characters you want, and if you already got the character, it gives you 120 shards, which is very, very, very good in terms of leveling up. You can do it, doing it through the shop on a daily basis. I scrum through it each day. I think we're at our refresh time. Not yet. Yeah, so some of these are refreshing. So you see, you got some zoo. I will be focusing on her at some time, most likely because for PvP. But BB's excellent in PvP. The problem with Zoo is this is the S version of her. The SS version is considered by most to be the best character in the game, simply because she does the most damage, single target damage, and she will go straight to your back row. So she will skip the front and go straight to the back in the assassin format. So she can eliminate the back line very fast. And once you eliminate the back line, that's pretty much the damage that the other team does, which is why she's considered the best. So the SS version of her is definitely something that you want. Every time I see, if you see shards for her SS version, go for them. Okay. I've managed to get. I have not managed to get any of her yet. There was an event up a while back, uh, but I was unable to get them. So I haven't had a chance to get in for it. But hopefully, they will be offering something where we can actually get her an event. For a zoo. I assume they'll be having events for all of these characters at one time or the other. Uh, Problem with this is the introduction of new characters. They've you know these are the only ones left, but I don't know if they'll have an event for one of these before they enter a new character. I assume they're going to have a new character of all of the main characters, which we'll be seeing. Probably be seeing an SS Ning. I would assume. I assume we'll also be seeing an SS um, Wu. Would be my assumption. Okay, it's, that'll give it SS for the entire. I assume the entire Seven Shark Devils are going to have an SS version entered for them. Would be my assumption. They have a B of all of them, and then I assume that's something that they're going to look for in the future, and they'll have it. They have an S for all of them, so I assume they'll just go SS on all of them. Okay. The none of the versions of Tang Sang were very good. I chose this one simply because of the fact that he just does a ton of support, which is why I think he'll be a little bit more useful than Chin. Chin really just does damage. That's pretty much all Chin offers. He does a lot of it. He's the highest S damage, straight S damage in the game, but that's all he does is damage. So it's nice to have a little bit of support, but it's all going to be based on BP. He's an SS, so it's going to take a little while to get him up, even though I am to the point where I can bring him up, and I will be focusing on him uh, more haste as time goes on. It just takes a little while to gather all of the shards that you need um, to get it. But that's why those summons decrees. That's 120 that you could immediately focus and upgrading because I need 260. So you're going to have to, if you're going to be focusing on SS characters from a free-to-play perspective, you're going to have to be extremely streamlined in your thought process. I guess that's the easiest way to say it, because there's only a limited amount of shards. So you need to pick your team, focus on your team. So that's the thing about it. It just takes a little while. You get there, it just takes a little bit longer than normal. So just make sure that you do everything that you can. Take part in all of the events. Uh, Battle pass. Make sure that you try to get these rewards. Okay, this is some good stuff. Anytime you can get items like that, and then you got to look at the long game. The long game is important. The awakening. As you can see, I'm really. I can actually get a weapon right now for an S character, but I've decided to go ahead and get the weapon uh, for the SS characters. My first one, um, probably going to end up. It's really difficult to say at this point. I have to do the math and see which one is more effective, but I'm probably just going to go with a dice weapon at this point. Okay, but I'll do the math and see which one is going to be more productive. As you can see, Tang Sang's awakeness weapon is actually the Buddha Fury Tang Lotus. Buddha Fury Tang Lotus. So there might be something associated with giving him. I do have one of the Buddha Fury Tang. I can put it on him. See if that's something will give me an extra buff. Whichever one is best for the team is the one I'll take. But I'm leaning towards a dies. Okay, and then after that, it would be, of course, thanks. Then I'd start focus on that. I have BB Dong's weapon right now, so I don't need to worry about that. And I have Chin's weapon right now as well, so don't need to worry about that. I would like to get my hands on Ayen's weapon, and of course, um, start focusing on the back end characters. Maybe get Ren's weapon and things like that. But right now, it's just I'm focusing on it from where I can be from a standpoint. I did not purchase those weapons inside the shop that I have. They have, since the game came out, given us two options to purchase an awakened weapon. I think it was 4,000 diamonds and it was a chest, and you were able to choose your awakened weapon for what you wanted, but it was specifically for S characters. SS characters were not an option. Um, so that's how I got it. So I'm hoping uh, there's really no use at this point. I don't see uh, wasting the choice on an S character when it's possible they'll give us another chest to get an S character awakened weapon event. Uh, so just use it on an SS character. That way, because I doubt very seriously if they're going to have a chest for us to get an SS awakened weapon. I would find that to be extremely unusual. And if it did, it would probably bank the bank in terms of diamonds. So that's not something. So I'll just be focusing, at least for the time being, I'll focusing on getting the awakened weapon for an SS character. It's most likely going to be, die because he's my top damage dealer. This would only make him more powerful. And the team, and I don't see him leaving anytime soon. Uh, will I have a full team of SS characters? That's something that would definitely be considered, but that's something way, way, way down the line. That's going to take quite a while, and it all depends on if they do come out with events for the SS characters. I assume they will, but it's a determination as to will they go with that or will they just focus on new characters. I'm not sure what their schedule is for releasing new SS characters. I mean, they're introducing SS weapons, SS hidden weapons. So they're introducing a lot of SS material through different portions. So I would assume we'll get a character entry sometime, and hopefully we can get some shards for some of the other SS characters. And that's really going to be at this point. That will be the only way to get them. I mean, I look for them constantly. Really, the only thing I'm seeing is for what's his face? What's his name? The only thing I've really seen this far in terms of actual offers for some shards was for Oscar. He seems to be the focus. I mean, for just about everything that they're doing. If you actually take a look at the battle pass, uh, Oscar is the actual. You can get his outfit. It's not the character, but it's his outfit. So I'm hoping that they'll change some of that stuff up. Uh, and I'm assuming that they'll have some type of event for Christmas where maybe we can get some shards since Christmas is just right around the corner. A little over a month away. I think a month and a few days. So I'm assuming they'll have something pop up for us at that event. We'll just have to wait and see. But for the meantime, yeah, a lot of stuff going on, enough to keep you definitely occupied. Just make sure that you scroll through these events each and check them each time. Make sure you don't miss anything, okay? Because there's a lot of good stuff in here, and there's a lot of time. Definitely want to make sure it's a time limited events. This changes frequently, so it's always good to check and make sure because you have to go ahead and claim this stuff. You have to claim it. If you don't claim it, you don't get it. It's not something that's ordered, so you automatically have to actually go ahead and click on it and claim it. There'll be a red dot, of course, but I just check them each day. It's just the way it is. And these, you see, this stuff is continuing. If you want to purchase it, right now they have some shards, a chance to get them. If you want to get the characters, you can. It's not cheap, but that I just don't believe paying that much for one character. Uh, Way above what you pay for an entire AAA game. So that's where the monetization issues come in. Uh, it's not egregious as it is in some games. There's not as much of it as there is in some other games, but it's still there. And they do have their whales. We know who they are. You can look in the arena and determine immediately who the whales are. The ones that are popping up about 98 million right now. I think that's the max. I'm sure there are people on other servers that are up in the 250 to 300 million. And they've spent thousands of dollars on the game. So we here don't have that kind of cash to throw around. Got a family and everything, can't afford to do that. So that's where we're at with that. But it is a good game. I do like it. So I just wanted to let everybody know about the red packet drop and make sure that you claim all the rewards for the weekend event. So that you don't let all that stuff pass you by, because you do got to claim this stuff or you don't get it. All right. So thanks a lot for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Once you've subscribed, click on the bell. Once you've clicked on the bell, you should be notified roughly whenever I enter a video. I have heard some people say that they have not received notifications, but most of the people do. There's all kinds of mess ups with the YouTube algorithm, so we're not going to get into that. But just check back to the channel. I try to put out a video at least once every couple of days. I know that for the past, I did probably about once a day for the last week, focusing on this. And we're going to continue covering the game. So I hope everybody's having some fun. If you have any questions, I think you can try to hit me up on the action. Hit me up on, send me a message inside this thing, and I'll try to answer as quick as I can. All right. So thanks a lot for watching. Once you've subscribed, click on the bell. As always, you get notified. Also, remember to like and share the video. Okay, that does help immensely with getting views on the video, right? So this is Kendra coming at you from the corner, signing out.